back to A Closed Heart Experience. Today I thought I would discuss the lovely subject of menopause. Yuck. Let me just start with that. And then I could almost start and end with that, to be honest. It's a period in your life, actually, scratch that word. It's a time in your life where I think they used to call it the change. And the reality is that doctors have not fully researched the female body. So there's still a lot of unknowns when it comes to menopause. Every woman, I think, experiences it a little bit differently. The symptoms hit a little differently, some harder, some not as hard. I know for myself, menopause started approximately about a year ago, and it started with night sweats, just occasional, not every night, just every now and then I'd wake up and my pillow would be soaked, or the sheets would be soaked, and I'd be like, good Lord, what happened here? I kind of had an idea that maybe that was what's going on, but your brain instantly goes to, what else could it be? So, it must be the weather. Must have been a little hotter last night. I'll have to turn the temperature down tomorrow. Or my husband would say, oh yeah, I did that too. I sweat a whole lot last night too. And I'd think, oh, okay, it's not just me. It must be him too. So unless he's going through menopause as well, I think maybe mine might have been a little bit worse. However, again, your brain just isn't prepared for it when it finally does happen. So you instantly just start kind of making excuses of what could be going on. So my first symptom was night sweats. They were not every day, so it was a bit confusing for me and still kind of a big question mark at first. And then the next symptom for me, I think, was irritability. For those who know me, I'm pretty irritable already. So having extra irritability on top of that, boy, that was scary for my husband. I think one time he was painting, and I'm pretty picky when it comes to projects, I want them done, and I want them done right. So whether I hire somebody or whether my husband takes it on, I'm pretty retentive about it. So I came home, and I think he had painted a line by hand where two colors meet up, and it was crooked. I lost my GD mind. I was screaming and yelling and saying things I didn't mean. I ended up leaving the house. And going for a drive. I think I went to the store or something, and was utterly confused with my behavior. It was beyond over the top. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can go over the top. I've got, I'm spicy, but this was overly spicy. This was habanero spicy. And I came back, and I came up the stairs, and I'd already had it set in my mind that I was going to apologize because, good God, what happened? I got to the top of the stairs, and he just hugged me. I don't think that poor guy knew what was going on either, but he knew that something was wrong. And he hugged me, and I burst into tears. And I was a mess. I was a crying, snotty, slobbering mess. And that's it. Welcome to menopause. We can end the podcast now. Just kidding. I do not have my mother to talk to about menopause. And generally that's the person that you go to talk to about it. Because you have a tendency, my understanding is, to kind of follow in the suit of how your mother went through menopause. That might be how you experience it as well. Unfortunately, my mother passed a few years back, and so I don't have her to talk to. And I didn't talk to her before she passed. I would suggest to anyone in your mid to late 30s, early 40s, if your mother is still living, have a chat about this. Have a chat about it, because she can share with you the experiences, hopefully the experiences that she went through. And it takes a bit of the guesswork out of it. Otherwise you're just kind of rolling through this, literally rolling through the punches and not knowing what's coming next. I still don't know what's coming next. I'm kind of in the middle of it now. I've done a few things that I'll share with you, and then maybe do a follow-up post on where I've gone, because I'm still in the journey. But if your mother is alive, I would talk to her about it and get as much information as you can from her experiences. If not, let's roll through this. The next thing that happened with me had to do with periods. Of course, this is very private, and I wouldn't say it's hard to talk about, but it is kind of a private subject. So bear with me while I kind of work through this with you. My periods have always been 28 days, 4 days. Every 28 days I have a period. It lasts for 4 days. Boom, I'm off to the races again. No, that's changed. The first change was my period went on for almost a month. After week 2, I started to take iron pills because I was starting to feel anemic. It was scary. I thought there was something wrong with me. I started thinking, am I taking a medication? Am I doing something different? Has my diet changed? What the hell's going on? Turns out it was just my body throwing a temper tantrum, basically. And so that went on, and then I didn't have one the next month. And then the next month after that, I bled for 3 weeks, and then nothing. I mean, it's just meh, meh, up, down. And after having a life of consistency, 28, 4, 28, 4, having that inconsistency was maddening. And I remember thinking to myself, I can't continue on this way. I'm going to go crazy. My emotions were up and down and up and down. And in general, I would say that I am a fairly sexual being. I enjoy sex. I enjoy sex with my husband, and only my husband. But it just went away. It's like I woke up one day and I got nothing. Things that used to get me kind of, spun up, nothing got me spun up. Don't worry, that doesn't stay that way. It does fluctuate, and I think it does finally balance out at some point. There is a big controversy of whether to take estrogen or is it progesterone? Hormone replacement therapy. That's my next step in this journey. Is I'm going to go ahead and make an appointment and educate myself a little bit more on that, on hormone replacement therapy. I think that it's a valuable tool to help us get through menopause. I was talking to a friend today who's she's in perimenopause, which is the beginning stage. There's 3 stages. There's perimenopause, which is that begins several years before menopause. And then that's when you get the irregular periods, the hot flashes, the night sweats, the mood changes. I feel like that's where I'm kind of at, but I kind of feel like I'm rounding the tail end of that. Your estrogen levels are fluctuating significantly. And I think as women, we go through life and we feel fairly normal, and then one day something shifts, and when you don't feel normal and you cannot count on your body to do what it's done for so many years. I was telling my husband, my God, I've been having a period for 36 years. And then all of a sudden it's just totally out of whack. And when you can't count on your body to be consistent anymore, it's a little scary. It's a little nerve-wracking. And the mood swings, you literally start feeling, am I going crazy? What's happening to me? Why can't I control my emotions? One minute you're fine. The next minute you're bawling. It's I would put it to being akin to almost being pregnant. And when your hormones fluctuate during pregnancy, I remember being pregnant and watching the Michelin Man commercial and bawling my eyes out. What? It's a tire commercial. Very similar. Very similar. You're just kind of on a roller coaster for a while. Ladies, it gets better. It's going to be okay. It's just a journey. It's just another journey in our lives. I found for myself, I didn't really have anybody to talk to about it, and that was kind of a scary thing. So I read some books and started researching online, and I'm not as scared anymore. I feel like I kind of got it under control for the most part, and I can handle it. My emotions are back to an even keel at the moment. I'm not going to promise that they're going to stay there. My husband, God bless him, he just kind of goes silent when I get into these moments and stares with a confused look, but a very supportive look. So hopefully you have somebody supportive in your life that can help you roll through this. I would say that if you've been with somebody for quite a while, they know your behavior. They'll know that something's off and wrong, and they'll do the best they can to support you through it, I'm sure. Second stage, actual menopause, that occurs when a woman has not had a period for 12 consecutive months. I'm actually looking forward to that one. I'm still in the bleeding to death phase. And that being said, every person is different. So I can share my experience with you, but really I'm just putting it out there for more emotional support for folks, because my experiences will not be your experiences. They may be very different. I have a friend who literally just woke up one day and she was in menopause. I'd like to throat punch her a little bit. If you ever watch this, my dear friend, I'm sorry. But yeah, you kind of deserve a good throat punch for that, because the rest of us are suffering. At this point in menopause, your estrogen levels have decreased significantly. Your hot flashes, night sweats, and other symptoms may persist. They may get worse. And then you've got postmenopause. That's the third stage. That's the period after menopause. The period. I don't like using that word. The time frame after menopause, where your estrogen levels will remain low for the rest of your life. Your hot flashes and other symptoms typically subside over time, and new health concerns such as osteoporosis, heart disease, and things of that nature may emerge. So you really need to keep up on your doctor's visits. Do those yearly check-ins for sure. Find yourself a doctor that will listen to you and not blow you off. That is one of the key things, I think, with women in menopause, is if you have a doctor that either hasn't experienced it herself or is a male, you may find that you go in with muscle aches, joint aches, your back may start hurting, different things in your body may start changing, and they may just blow it off as, oh, it's no big deal. Nope. Do not listen to that. Find yourself a specialist, someone that specializes in hormone replacement therapy. Even if you don't plan on taking hormone replacement therapy, I think it's valuable to talk to someone who specializes in that field, because they can really educate you on what's happening to your body. This is something every single woman on the planet is going to go through at some point in their life. Of course, unless they've maybe had a hysterectomy or something. But I'm a little shocked that it's not more. There's not more information on it, and it's not more a widespread or wide talked about thing. It's natural. It's natural. I joke with my husband that I'm dying inside, and my ability to have bebés is going by the wayside. Not a bad thing. I have two granddaughters, beautiful granddaughters. I don't need any more babies. So not hating the idea of that leaving my life. However, as a woman, my sex drive is important to me. So if that doesn't come back, hormone replacement therapy is important to me for that fact alone. I think a healthy sex life is very important, and I'm not going to allow this stage in my life to steal it from me. So my next steps in this journey is to visit a hormone replacement therapist or specialist. So there may be a stage 2 of this podcast. I may be coming back to you with what I found out in that appointment. I think I'll go ahead and give her a call next week. So stay tuned. Round 2 is coming. But for the moment, I would say don't feel alone. Don't feel like you're going crazy. You're not. Don't feel like the anxiety you might be feeling. Don't let it overtake you. It's normal. It's part of being a woman. You're not losing your womanhood. You're just entering a new stage of freedom in your life where you don't have to worry about pads and tampons and all the BS that comes with the period every month. The bleeding. Good God. Every time I have a period at this stage in my life, it's like, are you done yet? I'm ready. So it's going to be a time of confusing time. It's going to be a confusing time where things are just kind of, you're rolling with the punches, but it'll be okay. The hot flashes, I ended up getting, I was literally sweating through the sheets every single night, sweating through the blankets every single night. We were tearing off the sheets and covers every other day and doing laundry. And that's not sustainable. So what I did was I got myself one of those waterproof covers for your bed. You're not an old person and you're not a baby, so don't beat yourself up for that. Get yourself one of those little waterproof covers, a comfortable one, and start sleeping with an extra blanket on top of it. I stopped sleeping in sheets. I sleep on top of our blankets with that cover and then a cover on top of me, so that literally I just have 2 things that I have to wash instead of the entire bed. You're gonna pull into tricks that help you get through this. Also, your temperature is going to change. You will become a furnace. For my entire marriage, my feet have gone on his back. I would say for the first time in our marriage, his feet could very easily not even touch me, but just get close to me, and I could warm them up. The nice thing is we live in Alaska, so built-in furnace, can't hate that. You gotta find the little silver linings, I guess. Yeah. There's a book that I would recommend. Look into books, look online. Don't WebMD it necessarily, but maybe get into some forums and check out what other people are experiencing, what other women are going through. But mostly know that it's normal, it's natural. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I will be back in touch regarding the hormone replacement therapy. So stay tuned. Talk to you all later. Bye now.